Tonight, we're breaking down one of the most significant military actions of recent years, the U.S. bombing of Iran. What led to this decision? Was it necessary? And what dangers now lie ahead for America and the world? Stay tuned as we unpack what happened, why it happened, and what it could mean for all of us. In the early hours of insert exact date if known, U.S. forces launched targeted airstrikes on key military and strategic sites in Iran. These strikes reportedly focused on mentioned missile sites, command centers, or weapons storage depending on real reports. The action was swift, decisive, and came after briefly explained the trigger event, e.g., a major attack on U.S. personnel, a threat to allies, or another escalation. The Pentagon released a statement calling the strikes a necessary and proportionate response to Iranian aggression aimed at deterring future attacks and protecting American lives. So why did the U.S. decide to take this step, knowing the risks involved? First, let's be clear. Iran has long been a destabilizing force in the region. From supporting proxy militias to threatening international shipping lanes, Iran's actions have repeatedly challenged U.S. interests and those of our allies. In this case, intelligence showed that Iran was either planning or enabling imminent attacks that could cost American or allied lives. Faced with that threat, U.S. leaders believed a preemptive strike was the only option to stop what could have been a devastating assault. It wasn't about starting a war, it was about preventing one. By hitting these targets, the U.S. aimed to send a clear message. Attacks on Americans will not go unanswered. But make no mistake, these actions carry serious risks. Iran could retaliate directly or through its proxies, putting U.S. forces and allies across the Middle East in harm's way. There's also the danger of miscalculation, where one side's defensive move is seen as aggression by the other, sparking a wider conflict. And let's not forget the global economy. Tensions in the region often mean spikes in oil prices, market instability, and uncertainty for people far beyond the Middle East. Diplomatically, this could strain U.S. relations with allies who fear an escalation or who preferred a negotiated path. The world will be watching how Iran responds and how the U.S. manages the fallout. So was it necessary? Many believe it was. Imagine if the U.S. had done nothing, and then American lives were lost in an attack that we could have prevented. Leaders are tasked with making the hardest decisions, often with imperfect information and high stakes. In this case, the action was meant to save lives, to stop violence before it could begin, and to uphold the U.S. commitment to protect its citizens and allies. It's not about seeking conflict, but about making sure that those who threaten us understand the consequences. So what happens next? The U.S. must now brace for possible retaliation, while also working hard to de-escalate tensions. Diplomacy will be key in the coming days, as will efforts to reassure allies and partners that the U.S. remains committed to stability. The military will stay on high alert. Cybersecurity teams will be watching for digital attacks. And policymakers will have tough choices to make about the next steps. What's clear is this: the U.S. has drawn a red line, and both friends and foes will be paying close attention to what comes next. What do you think about this move by the U.S.? Was it the right call or a dangerous gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth coverage on major world events. Stay safe and stay informed.